I don't like to make videos long if it's unnecessary. I think this can be a very short video. This is a single page. This is my personal log rules. I've developed this over many, many years of teaching. I've found that if I teach these 7 things to a student, they're basically prepared for pretty much everything. Now, obviously, there might be standard like question types that you want to get used to, but my students generally agree to me that this is it. This is now. This is typically called the addition rule. This is typically called the subtraction rule, and this is typically called the power rule. And often you only learn these 3. But I have 7 rules. I particularly like this rule. I've got it in as a rule because how often have I missed it and how often my students missed it. Be careful, if there's only numbers, it's just a number. So you probably don't need to faff around doing loads of algebra, it's just a number. Then I like this rule which I call my escape from a power rule. The idea is I'm doing the same to both sides. So I could, you've probably seen me do this where I put something in a circle to show that I'm doing it to both sides. So you can see that's that side, and oh look, those cancel because they're inverse functions. So you get x equals log to base 7 of 2. You might be thinking, I've learned that a different way. I always teach like this to my students, and every single student, I think, bar one ever, has always said this is the easier way of thinking about logs and doing this particular thing. And similarly, there's a get rid of logs rule. So what's the inverse function of a log? It's x. So I've done x to the power of what was on the left hand side, x to the power of what was on the right hand side, because you can do that because you're doing the same thing to both sides, and then oh look, they cancel. So 17 equals x cubed. And you can do exactly the same thing with a number instead of a letter, but I've just written both examples out because my students seem to find that quite useful. Finally, I've made this the 7th rule because, again, kind of like rule 4, so easy to miss this. What's log of 0.1? Oh, it's less than 0. It's a negative number. Which means that if you're going to divide both sides by log of 0.1 and it's an inequality, make sure that you turn the inequality around to face the other way. There we go, that's my 7 log rules. Hopefully that was useful for you.